My name is Dominique. I recently, last year, May 2024, I graduated from Ave Maria University, and I graduated with a major in psychology and a minor in elementary education, and I'm currently a first grade teacher. I found out about the university, Ave Maria University, through my aunt and my mom, um, but it was in a very interesting part of my life because I had just moved to the US to study. And it was when I first moved to the US, lived on my own, I felt lost. I felt like I, I don't know, there was a part of me that felt disconnected to my faith. I never stopped believing, of course, but I felt like it was a period of time where I just didn't know what to do with my faith. Like I just felt lost. And I was at Miami at the time going to a community college, and I believe it was during Easter break of 2021. I came to visit the university, and it was my family and everyone. And as soon as I stepped foot on campus, I say this with all sincerity. As soon as I stepped foot on campus, I just felt the peace that I was longing for. I feel like because I felt so lost, I was so stressed with myself, I just didn't know what to do. But then when I stepped foot on the campus, it just a wave of relief felt over me. And I knew that God was present there, and I felt a calling to go. But I was, still touring the campus, just kind of discovering everything. And it was my mom, my dad, and my grandmother, and two of my siblings. And it was funny because my grandma only speaks Spanish, but she was walking and everything. And when we finished the tour, she, like, in Spanish, but I'll say it in English, of course, she goes, "I feel like you need to go here, and I want to see you graduate from here." And I was like, God, is this your way of telling me that I need to come here? So I did. And I applied, and I immediately got accepted. So that was very, very nice, knowing that I could come here immediately. And yeah, fall of 2021, I came, and I feel like Ave Maria really was a huge impact on my faith. So, and a lot of the things I ended up doing to kind of spark the fire again with my faith was kind of going on my own and trying to find those opportunities. So in that case, I was very fortunate that the university I went to had those opportunities for like service and prayer. Like the households are these group of men and women who want to have more prayer and more service opportunities in their life. And I feel like by going on my own and finding those opportunities and finding out more about these households, it was just like a door open. And I really, really feel like, particularly the Mouth Teresa project and the household I joined, Rosa Mystica, and were a big part on how my faith progressed. Because with the Mouth Teresa project, you go to do a lot of service-based projects, like going to the soup kitchen, helping feed the homeless, and like all these things that they have. Really solidified the way I wanted to practice my faith. I'm a very hands-on person, so I feel like that really helped solidify that. I would say I'm very much an independent person. I like doing things on my own, but that doesn't mean that I have to do them on my own. Like it's always like we're humans. We're meant to be with people, with a group of people in community. So finding those opportunities that bring you that community of faith, of Catholicism, of the church, and bring you closer to God, I feel like that's just so healthy, and I feel like a lot of people would benefit from that as well. I feel like that's what I was intended to do, and I'm very much thankful that I did, because if I hadn't even chosen that university, who knows where I would be, if I would be closer to God, if I would have been further away from God. um, it's best not to think about that, because I'm very much thankful where I am now. And I'm very much thankful to God that He led me to who I am and where I am today.